It is our weekly conversation with our guy, JJ Starling, as always brought to you by our friends at RomanoCars.com. And, man, JJ, another wild week. I think that's been the story of the season. Right? Take me through this last trip. Obviously, it was a rough game in Georgia Tech. You guys bounced back in a big way at NC State. What was the whole experience of that 4 or 5 days like for you guys?
Yeah, it was long for sure. But like you said, it was a bounce back win. We dropped one against Georgia Tech, but I think we just grew as a team, just figuring each other out, and just staying together. Because we could have easily folded after the loss against Georgia Tech, and we just kept playing and. We just came out to get the job done against NC State.
You know how it is, JJ. Sometimes you go on like a road trip, you lose a game like Georgia Tech, if it's like a one-off trip, you guys get home, you kind of want to go your own separate ways, right? After a game like that, you're all stuck together for the next few days. How did that kind of point you toward the NC State game?
Yeah, like you said, we were stuck together in a hotel, so we still had our team meetings and stuff, and we just made sure to stay together. Even after the loss, our routine didn't change. We still, hung out with each other. We still went to each other's rooms, and I feel like that kind of helped a lot. We talked about the game and what we could have did better, and we made sure to execute that against NC State.
All right, so that brings you to a Tuesday night. Game starts, and that's when Chris Bell stopped missing shots. What was it like being on the floor while he was putting on that shooting show in the first half?
Man, that was a crazy performance. Every time he shot the ball, I had my hand up. I'm sure you can go back and see it on video, but it was just one of those nights for Chris. And as his teammate, it's just amazing to be a part of that. You just got to do your job of getting him the ball. You don't got to do much else. Get him the ball and play defense. That's it.
Had you ever been a part of anything like that, in person to see something like that, somebody not miss that many times in a row?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
All right, so when it's going, like, how many did it take for you guys to know, all right, like, this guy's on one right now? Was it 2, 3? Like, when did it click in that you guys needed to just get him the ball and get out of the way?
After the third one, because, Chris is a shooter, one of the best shooters in the country. So you're used to him hitting, the first one or the second one. But once he hit 3 and 4 in a row, I was like, oh, yeah, okay. I see what kind of night this is going to be.
Yeah, and it just kept getting more and more ridiculous there for the rest of the first half. And then, you know how it is, JJ. You're on the road in the ACC. Even though you had the nice lead at halftime, games like that just turn into battles. It's what happens. How were you guys able to hang on? And, they came back and tied it up. How were you able to pull that one out down the stretch?
Like I said before, just playing together. They got some calls in their favor, and we could have easily lost our minds and complained about reffing and stuff like that. But we didn't really let that get to us. They made a run, but we continue to make a run ourselves because we know basketball is a game of runs. So we just kept our heads together and just made sure that we got out with the W.
We saw that your guy Quadir was the one that had the absolutely monster day. Certainly in the second half, I can't describe how many big plays he made down the stretch. Right? What was Q doing for you guys on Tuesday night?
Yeah, he was just in the right spot at the right time, and he was sticking to his game. He was getting downhill to the basket, making plays for us in the first half and second half, and that's what we needed, especially in the second half. Me and Joe were kind of keyed in on, I guess, especially in like the pick and roll sense. Carter was able to make really good plays for us.
And he's a guy, I put you, a lot of guys on this team in this category, right? But when he goes to the line, like, late to make those free throws, like, make him miss them or otherwise, he's not missing them because he's lacking confidence, right? When he's standing at the line with a tie game with, a few seconds left.
Yeah, not at all. He loves the big moments, which is exactly why he went up to that line completely confident, and it was able to knock the free throws down for us.
JJ Starling with us, as always, brought to you by RomanoCars.com. And quite a day for you tomorrow, JJ. You're playing against your old team, which, we've talked about before. Like, this would have been extremely rare before the transfer portal. Now it's kind of normal for guys to play against their old team. What do you think this is going to be like for you tomorrow?
It's going to be a really good moment to be able to see those guys again. But at the same time, between those lines, I don't know them, so it's war with that team and any other team that plays against us. So I'm just looking forward to, going out there with my brothers and, getting the W.
Literally, how many of those guys do you actually know, JJ? I mean, they had a massive roster turnover, coaching staff turnover. Like, it's actually not a lot of the same people. Like, do you still know a lot of people over there, or is it just very few left?
Yeah, no, I still know a lot of people there. And actually, one of the bigs that transferred in, I played with him in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's gonna be crazy seeing those guys again. Especially like the training staff, I still know the medical support, stuff like that. But like I said before, between those lines, I don't know them.
Yeah, I'd say that's what people forget and stuff like that. Trainers and, strength coaches and stuff. A lot of that stays the same from coaching staff to coaching staff. A lot of those support people are still there. So it'll be a fun day in the Dome tomorrow with that stuff. It's also Jim Boeheim Day, so there'll be a lot going on. That'll be going on after the game. I know you didn't play for Jim, JJ, but obviously you grew up here. You know the deal. What do you think that is going to add to the atmosphere of the game tomorrow?
Man, I already know it's going to be a packed game tomorrow. Just given the fact that I'm playing one of my former teams, and then also, you have the Jim Boeheim Day. So it's just going to be a crazy atmosphere, along with so many other games that we had this year where the Dome was completely packed out and, that Dome was rocking. So I'm just looking forward to playing in that atmosphere tomorrow.
It's crazy how fast the season goes here. It's not your last home game, but it's your last weekend home game here this year, JJ. Does that hit you at this point that it's coming to the end, at least for your year one here in the Dome?
Yeah, it's crazy. I learned how fast these seasons can go by last year when I was just 18 years old. I was at one moment I'm just learning as much as I can, and then the next I'm in the transfer portal. It was crazy. So, I'm taking in every moment as they come, and I'm going day by day for sure. Don't want to look too far ahead, but I'm definitely looking back and looking back at these memories I made with my guys.
Here's a random one for you, JJ. Somebody asked me this the other day, and I thought I assumed I knew the answer, and it turned out I was wrong. Your name is JJ, as we know. Usually, I find with people JJ, AJ, DJ, whatever. The second J is for Junior. That's not you. What? Why are you JJ? That's not your dad's name. So how'd you end up being JJ?
I came up with a nickname when I was 4 years old, and it just stuck. I came up with the nickname because I played football, and there were two me's on the team, so we had to come up with a name to kind of differentiate ourselves. And I came up with JJ at 4 years old, and it just stuck.
Okay, self nickname at 4 years old. That's impressive, JJ. I don't know if I've ever quite heard that before.
I think I could see into the future when I was 4.
Apparently, hey, you picked a good one. It's got a good rhythm to it.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. I like that. There we are. Because you're not Jonathan Jr. You just picked out JJ. So I like this. Okay, we've learned a little something new from JJ today. All right, before we let you go, JJ, let's break down what this game is for me tomorrow. What do you know about the Irish on the court? It's a very young team. What kind of basketball should we expect to see tomorrow?
Yeah, it's going to be a very physical game tomorrow. Notre Dame, they play really hard. And despite their record, you can't look at that. They're a really good team. They played well together. And as of late, they're getting better. So tomorrow we gotta look to play physical and be the aggressors. And, just look to get that win.
All right, JJ, thanks as always for hopping on. Good luck tomorrow.
Appreciate you.